Today we back with another Larry Legend video. Today we got NBA Legend explain how crazy good Larry Bird was. Now shout out to all my old heads in the comment section. Kudos to y'all. Y'all done got me hipped to the old school shit, bro. So shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all, bro, and I really respect y'all opinions in the comment section down below. Y'all be putting me on to ball knowledge, bro. Most of y'all. Now some of y'all be saying some crazy shit, but most of y'all be spitting game to me in the comment section. So shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Let's get straight into it.
By lighting up a battle between the Celtics and the Lakers, will forever be heralded as one of the players who saved basketball. Bird and Magic's coast-to-coast war and jaw-dropping styles gave the NBA the boost it needed before the emergence of Michael Jordan. But for Bird, with 3 titles, 2 Finals MVPs, and 3 consecutive MVP seasons, some forget just how good he really was. Today we look at NBA players explaining how crazy good Larry Bird was in his prime. Before we get into all that, if you want to win a PS5 with NBA 2K22 and Madden NFL 22 included, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. When speaking of the NBA's greatest of all time, there's always 5 or 10 guys that hit the list. Each carries a different generation. From 50s Bill Russell to 60s Wilt Chamberlain or 70s Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 80s Magic Johnson, 90s Michael Jordan, 2000s Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, to today's LeBron James. Some get overlooked when they shouldn't, for example Tim Duncan, and others get left behind because of the lack of titles like Charles Barkley. What happens when all these players talk of another great as if he was like...
I know this is a little irrelevant for all my people out there. Hey, what y'all got Tim Duncan ranked all time, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I done seen some people say they got Timmy ranked top 5, bro. I don't know about that one, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about Tim Duncan being ranked top 5, bro. Maybe top 10. He might be sitting at that 8, 9-ish mark. I don't know about Timmy being ranked top 10. Tim Duncan was a savage, bro. He was a dog. But what y'all got him ranked? Let me know down below in the comment section, y'all.
No other. Larry Bird was lauded by most of these legends, because he was one of them too. He was consistent, tough, offensively masterful, and one of the first big guys to shoot many three-point shots. LeBron James spoke candidly in an interview about how he was one of the few guys ever to win a three-point contest with a warm-up shirt on. LeBron referring to the time Larry won his 3rd consecutive three-point contest. James continued,
"For young guys that don't know him, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter, but he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds. He defended, he took charges, and he's just a straight-up complete basketball player. And me as a small forward."
Later in his career, LeBron adapted his game to the new way of basketball, which was a charge led by the Golden State Warriors in shooting more from behind the arc. LeBron was considered a big guy, but began shooting more threes, and no doubt was heavily influenced by the fact that Larry Legend had already achieved this feat in the 80s. In another interview, when asked about his top 3 of all time, LeBron put Larry Bird firmly in there with MJ and Dr. J.
My God, 3, Larry Bird, Dr. J, Michael Jordan.
Shaq had a very different opinion on Larry initially.
Bro, I got Dr. J in his top 3 all time. What y'all think about that in the comment section? Let me know. Is that a valid top 3? Is that a valid top 3? Hey, and y'all gotta give Brian credit for my old heads out there, bro. He ain't put himself in the top 3. And I told y'all, bro, he literally, he almost plays like Larry Bird. So the fact that he's in his top 3, y'all can't even, deny it. He definitely modeled some of his game after Larry Bird. It's no way, bro.
He said he disliked Bird because he was jealous. He thought, how could this regular-looking guy do everything?
Never really had a chance to play against Larry Bird, but I actually used to hate Larry Bird. I hated him.
Shaq soon realized as he grew older and wiser that despite getting the luck of the Irish with the Celtics, Larry made his own luck when it came to shooting the ball. Shaq, at 7'1", of course, had a completely different style of game at the time. He was built to the max and used brute force to impose his will on the defense and rack up the points, blocks, and rebounds. Shaq was also faster than most give him credit for, particularly in the early part of his career.
O'Neal the rebound, now the Magic with a final shot chance. O'Neal runs the floor, takes it all the way!
Bird was notoriously slow, which was all the more testament to his skill set, but his basketball IQ was just on a different planet. He once sank a shot from behind the backboard, which O'Neal chalked down to a fluke following a bet with his friend.
Sam Vincent to Bird, and it goes!
Now, y'all told me when I watched the Larry Bird mixtape I missed his shot. Bro, that is fucking insane. This dude just shot a one-legged behind the backboard. Like I said, bro, one of my favorite players of all time now. Just because of y'all. I thank y'all for telling me to watch him. Honestly, bro. Honestly.
I've seen everything.
Shaq never really got the chance to play against Larry Bird, which is unfortunate, because I don't think it would have taken him so long to recognize greatness. On the other hand, six-time NBA champion Kareem Abdul-Jabbar battled Bird on numerous occasions while playing with the Showtime Lakers. Bird got the better of him in the 1984 finals, and took another two in a decade that was largely dominated by the purple and gold. Kareem spoke about how Larry might have been the best he had played against and said,
"How good was
Michael
Bird?
Jordan.
People, I don't think people
don't
look at
appreciate
him and think,
Yeah,
oh,
they
he's
say,
a white
"Oh,
guy,
he's-
slow guy."
The chubby white guy, he wore us out, man. You know, because he just,
Don't let them looks fool you, bro. I can tell you right now, bro. And I told you guys, I don't like bringing race into shit. This has nothing to do with race. When you go on a basketball court, you're a basketball player. By all means. But, bro, I done played against, like me personally, I done played against some cold-ass white guys, bro. I'm talking about some white guys who really get money, bro. Like, they in the game, and, like, you looking at them, and the looks kind of fooling you, you know, like, he ain't about to do shit. He might sit corner, maybe hit a three, you know what I mean? No, but he's coming off screens, fadeaways. He's coming off pin downs, hit it in your face. He's dribbling like he's white chocolate. You know, bro, do not let them looks fool you, especially when no damn Larry Bird. I can tell y'all that. Especially when I know Larry Bird, you can't let them looks fool you, bro. Because he gonna tell you what he gonna do, and then he gonna do it. So it's even worse. But I'm just here to say, bro, I done played against some white guys in high school, in college, in middle school. Killers. It's some out there that's killers. I'm talking about they busting your ass and talking to you while they doing it.
this muscle here, the one between his ears,
Yeah.
that was his best, you know, because he made the 3-pointers.
Shout out Cooper Flag.
And rebounded, steals. He was always at the right place at the right time on the court. You know, one of the great players, you know, I had the opportunity to play against.
11-time All-Star Charles Barkley, a regular season MVP during a star-filled 90s, was once asked, "Are you better than Bird?" And he took a long pause before answering, which is very telling.
Am I better than Bird? Oh man, that's a great question.
He not gonna say
Most
he
great
is.
players respond immediately with how they think they're the best, because you have to have that kind of mentality in order to get to the top. Instead,
it.
Barkley answered,
I'm a better rebounder. I'm probably a better defender. He's a better shooter, obviously.
Barkley wasn't no scrub.
You know, a lot of people talk about who's better.
But you have to think, you have to have that mentality.
No, you know. I think, you know, it's a team game.
I think deep down he knew that Bird was a better player, and for someone as good as Chuck to be stumped like that in an interview shows you how heavy the weight of Larry Bird's legacy was. Former teammate Kevin McHale also references how unreal Bird was to play with. McHale was Bird's right-hand man while playing with Boston, claiming the Sixth Man of the Year award twice, along with 7 All-Star appearances. His story of a specific Detroit game is fascinating. There was a bit of time left on the clock, and we had beaten Detroit, and I just scored 56, and I'm walking off the court, and Larry said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm done." I said, "I'm exhausted. I'm tired." Larry goes, "Don't do it, man, because when I get that hot, I'm not coming out of the game." A week later, he got that hot. He looked at me at about 50 points, and he looked at me and said, "I told you." The pair would go on to win 3 titles together, and McHale would continue to tell stories that live on in Celtics folklore forevermore. A highlight being a throwback from Bird's brutal trash talk at a game in Phoenix.
We have a play, out of bounds play, I'm taking it out, and Larry says, "I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3, and I'm like, "We're down 2. I'm like, "No, don't do that." I'm like, "Let's shoot a 2, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game." And Larry says, "No, I'm just going to bust a 3 on him." I'm like, "Oh, my gosh." So he tells the Phoenix bench, tells the coaches, "Yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this."
What a savage,
he gets
bro.
The ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so."
Larry's mental game was such that he could just open.
I remember this story told on one of the videos I reacted to, bro. I'm really trying to make this shit a whole series, bro. You know, because I like diving deeper into the past of basketball. Honestly, you know, it literally shows where all the things that we got going on today shows who paved the way, and I give my respects. But bro, I feel like I'll be glazing this nigga Larry Bird, bro. I'm trying not to, bro, but it's just like, what can I say? What can I say bad about Larry Bird? He just be hooping. He literally be getting off, bro. Literally be getting off.
Open up any team and tear them apart. He would use psychological warfare on a regular basis. Players speak of his toughness not because of his size or physicality, but because of his mind. He would impose his will on the opposition and could force them off their game just as much as he could switch on his. A mastermind at trash talk tactics, Larry Bird will forever go down in history as one of the greatest trash talkers of all time. And in the 80s, that mattered. With players such as Bill Laimbeer, Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic Johnson, and the eventual emergence of Michael Jordan, Bird did what was necessary in order to gain that mental edge that took him over the top.
That was a dive.
James Worthy, the 1988 Finals MVP, simply stated that Larry was trash talking all the time, but the problem was he could back it up.
Yeah, he could back it up. So when you're arrogant and you can back it up, you're not arrogant, you're just good. And Larry was good.
Even Worthy's former teammate Magic Johnson spoke on the fact that he had a real dislike for Larry Bird as far back as their college playing days for the very reason that Larry would constantly get the better of him. Johnson claimed in a recent interview during a press build-up,
for all my people who, because I believe Larry Bird's from Indiana, for all my people who live in Indiana, I'll be seeing y'all in the comment section. Kudos to y'all. You know what I mean? My older people, though, no disrespect by calling y'all old, because y'all still young souls. But my older people, how was it like watching him at Indiana? Didn't he go to Indiana College or some shit like that? How was it watching him? Because I was a legend in the making. Now, y'all, I'm from Akron, Ohio, right? So y'all know who from there, LeBron, obviously. I wasn't old enough to watch LeBron, but how people in my city make it seem like watching LeBron almost blasphemous. I can't even say it, bro. Like, the way they talk about LeBron here is insane. So I wonder how it is for y'all.
Up for the Broadway play about the pair that after he beat Larry in the NCAA championship game in 1979, the most watched college basketball game ever, by the time he got to the Lakers, they were 0-8 to the Celtics.
You had to hate the Celtics to beat them because when I got here, we were 0-4, I think 8, and then the first time against the Celtics, and then in championship series, and then we lost that in '84. That made us 0-9, I believe.
And later is quoted as saying, "When I played, Larry Bird was the only one I feared." Not bad when hearing it from a 5-time champion and one of the true great basketball players of all time. At the 2019 NBA Awards, Johnson received the NBA Lifetime Achievement Award, but it was shared with guess who? Larry Bird. Bird was simply the king of talking the talk, then actually going out and walking the walk.
Listen, man. Retirement is great for you because you've never talked this long.
Dominique Wilkins recounts one of the most famous games where Larry Bird promised Kevin McHale he was going to break McHale's record against Atlanta. Wilkins said,
He got so hot in that game.
Sorry, y'all, to keep pausing it. Bro, was Dominique Wilkins, he was like that, right, y'all? So, do y'all want me to react to Dominique Wilkins? I heard of him, bro. I heard of him. I'm kind of interested. Y'all let me know down below. Comment down below. Is that worth to watch? Y'all let me know, y'all.
That you talk about that patented step back. He was doing that step back and he switched it to his left hand 3 separate times in that game. And hit a 3. He was scoring anywhere on the floor that he wanted.
Is this when the bench was giving each other 5?
The bench was giving each other 5.
So did you get in a fight with them after the game? Forget Larry. Did you beat anybody on the bench? Because you giving 5, he's scoring on me.
Every one of those guys got fined $3,000.
Okay.
Larry's legend lives on because of the
Only
greats
3
that
bands?
want to tell them. The reason there's a list of top 10 players who consistently call Bird their toughest opponent or one of their all-time greats is because Larry himself is in that list. Larry is a top 10 baller of all time. His style doesn't matter when his skill sinks the opposition, because above all, the opposition will...
Me personally, bro. Should I say it to you? Larry Bird is top 3 all time. Top 3, top 5-ish. Nowhere near out of the top 5. That's my personal opinion. You know, you can argue with your mom. I definitely think Larry Bird's top 3, top 5 He's at 5. At the 5 is the lowest. The lowest he will go. Nowhere after 5, bro.
They'll remember the steals, the shots, the clutch plays, and the trash talk. They'll remember the Bird from the early 80s, not from the early 90s. The Larry who stepped out on the court in his warm-up jacket and made Michael Jordan recoil in envy. MJ announced,
"He ain't took off his top yet." Oh, yeah. I didn't see when he took off his top.
Well, when Bird did, it was all business. He may as well have taken a mop and bucket to the floor because he was about to clean up. He was an impetuous and never-relenting opponent that took the life from anyone who stepped onto his battlefield. The consensus is a resounding stamp of legendary status for the man who will forever go down in the history books as one of the greatest ever players, and arguably the greatest ever Celtic to grace the court. What did you think of Larry Bird in his prime?
That's gonna do it for this video, man. I definitely want to make this shit a series, y'all. This was good. It was good knowledge to get put onto the youngin right here, man. So shout out to Larry Bird, bro. Shout out to Larry Bird. If y'all want another Larry Bird video, man, let's get this to like, I say 800 likes, and I got another Larry Bird video already coming for y'all. I made a part 1, and now I got a part 2 coming for y'all. So I'm gonna get that out for y'all. Cause y'all almost at 800 likes, but I'm gonna just drop it anyways. But get this video to 800 likes, man. We react to another Larry Bird video. I really enjoy reacting to this shit. I don't have to force myself to do this shit just purely based off the fact that I literally enjoy watching this shit. Like, I love watching history on the fucking game, bro. Sorry for my cussing, but I like watching this shit, bro. I can watch Larry Bird all day. I can watch Magic. Y'all just comment down below who y'all want me to react to, and like I told y'all the other day too, I want to get into football and stuff too. So y'all let me know. Football, you know, I'm gonna react to everything, bro. So y'all let me know down below in the comment section what else y'all want me to watch, bro. Because I really want to expand, and I can make this a whole series. That's it for this video, though. I love y'all boys, and until next time, peace.